Jim, am I on?
Oh, yeah.
So how does it feel to be back here? A little bit of a surprise for you?
Nostalgia. Same New Orleans, amazing city, amazing fans, got a great warm welcome. Didn't play a minute in my first home opener back, but still had a lot of fans come up to me saying welcome back. Same welcome feeling.
I heard you say in an interview you did with Sean that there were some fans that were near the bench that were urging.
Yeah, they were trying to get coach to put me in, and I was like, let's pump the brakes on that one. Let's pump the brakes on that one. But no, that just goes to show how much support there is from the fans. Great season ticket holders. I saw a lot of familiar faces, so it was good to see that.
As far as, some guys at this stage of your career may want to, like a buyout, chase a ring, kind of maybe play with a team that may be higher in the standings. Was it ever a decision to come here, to not come here, to talk to them about that?
I don't know. I leave that up to my agent to talk to the front office stuff about that. I just try and show up, practice hard, play hard, get my work in when I can. So that's all the business side of the basketball. I just try and play the game.
How much can you contribute here, do you think?
I'm just going to try and bring my veteran leadership, give the young guys some pointers here and there, defensive concepts. What I see them going out there playing hard, that's the biggest thing, is trying to go out there and play with effort. I think as a young player, you just go out there. It doesn't matter what you're doing out there, as long as you go out there and play hard. It's been a long year for these guys, but we just got to continue to stick it out and keep on going out there to play.
What was it like for you figuring out you were coming back here?
It was a surprise, that's for sure, but it was a welcome surprise. My wife and I, we were down here for 4 years. We love this city. It was a great opportunity for me then. It's a great opportunity for me now.
Do you think that if things go well the rest of the season, you could potentially stay here and sign here?
I mean, it's always
as a
a
veteran
possibility.
type leader situation?
It's always a possibility. I'm the type of person to build bridges. I never want to burn any bridges. Just got to get to know the staff, get to know the coaching staff, get to know the front office people again, training staff, see how they run things here, and just get into a routine.
I guess if people were to ask you about those first 4 years you were here, I guess what are some of the main memories that pop into your head?
We had a great run with Chris Paul. He left, then Anthony came in, and it's been a good experience. I've always had a welcome fan base when I come back here. The fans are great, and I want to get back to that time of playoff basketball. I know they had a couple playoff appearances when I left, so that's a great experience for New Orleans.
Did you ever think you could get traded this many times?
No. This is the first time. This is the first time I've been traded once, let alone twice in a season. So it's different, but that's the business we're in.
When people talk about trades and the trade deadline, a lot of times we forget that there's like an actual human being that's part of the process or whatever. I mean, did you, on the day of the trade deadline or leading up to it, did you hear different rumors about you might be traded, or like how is that like to go through that?
The first time, no, just kind of got sprung upon me. The second time, definitely not. It's just one of those fluke things that happens, and it's the business side of the basketball, and a lot of Eastern teams were trying to ramp up their teams. Philly made a lot of moves. Milwaukee made a move. There was a lot of movement this year in the trade deadline, so that's just the way that the game goes, especially with LeBron being in the West. Eastern teams are trying to make a push to get a championship.
With how much you've had to change teams and stuff like that, you feel like you're kind of ahead of the curve of having to move quickly like that you've gotten used to?
I don't know about ahead of the curve, but it's not foreign to me, having just had to do it. So we'll see what happens moving forward now.
Do you think fans here, has anybody asked you about the Blake Griffin
Oh
tackle?
yeah, tons of people, tons of people. That was a clean play, right? No, that's what I'm known for here in New Orleans, and a lot of people are excited to have me back. I'm just excited to be back, be around the team.
You mentioned playing with AD early in his career. What are the biggest, progressions that you've seen from young Anthony Davis?
Young Anthony Davis versus now, he's more savvy. He knows what to expect. He's seen any and every defense in the NBA trying to guard him. He's a very talented player. Still a very talented player. You throw the ball up there, he's gonna come out of nowhere and go for those lobs. He can shoot the ball, he can drive the ball, he gets to the free throw line. He's not just an offensive player, he's also a defensive player, blocking shots, protecting the rim. So he's he was never a bad player coming into the league as the #1 pick, and he's just gotten better and better and better as the years have gone.
Thanks, Jason.
Thank you, Jason. Appreciate it.
In the wrong spot.
Ready?
What's these last 3 weeks been like for you? Kind of getting back, getting your legs back on 30 minutes a night again.
Man, it's been huge, man. It's been nothing short but a blessing. This is what you dream of. Of course, the goal is to get in the NBA, but the main goal is to play in the NBA. And I'm just grateful for the opportunity.
I mean, you had to bet on yourself taking the deal that you took, not trying to take a two-way deal anywhere or do all that.
Yeah.
I mean, what kind of went into signing here and doing all that?
It kind of just came down to me betting on myself and having faith. And, I was able to turn down a two-way deal, and I was blessed enough to the front office scene. I was, good enough to make the roster, so that's how it happened. Yeah.
I guess what's been the biggest adjustment, kind of figuring out how you fit at this level and what you need to do to be successful?
Biggest adjustment is just getting out there and playing. I'm the type of guy that when I get out there and start playing, I kind of adjust just the way the game's going. So, but I would say the biggest adjustment is just the strength, the speed, and just the physicality of the game. That's pretty much it.
Do you feel like you're playing the same way that you've always played? It was just a matter of showing that you could do it in the NBA, like, in terms of your approach and your style of play, stuff like that?
Oh, yeah. I want to. My style of play is just coming out, playing hard, giving a lot of energy, and just trying to reciprocate that back. And that's what happened now.
What was that first start like when you got that? Yeah. That first. I mean, you go from where you were to starting NBA games your rookie year.
Man, it's crazy, man. It's huge. Like I said, it's a blessing to just even be here and be able to start on a team like this.
I guess what's it been like kind of seeing the fans embrace you the way they have and chant for you, kind of instantly becoming a fan favorite?
Right. Oh yeah, it's been great, man. It's been great. And I love the city of New Orleans. Love everything about New Orleans. But the fans have been great.
And you got to tell us about the Kenny Hustle nickname, where they come from and all that stuff.
Well, I actually came from TCU. It started, say my sophomore year when I first got there. I was always just flying around the court, and they just gave me, one of the reporters gave me their nickname. I forgot his name, but yeah, that's where they came from, TCU, back school.
I don't think we ever asked you, what was your reaction to draft night? Were you expecting to get picked, or was it a surprise to you that you didn't? Or
it was kind of crazy because I had a draft party and everything. I had my family and friends there, so we watching the draft and I didn't get picked. So it was kind of hurtful, but like my brother said, my brother told me just I got 24 hours, to sit, let that sink in, and I got to get back to work. So, but no, it definitely motivated me. It pushed me even harder to get to where I'm at right now.
You must have had people asking you to play summer league right away, though, right?
Yeah.
Like the same night, next day.
Yeah, I did. I think we made a decision either that night or the next day with Denver. Yeah.
And what would you say drives you? You talked about how you weren't drafted and all sorts of other stuff, having naysayers. Is there one particular thing you can point to that you bring to every game that you kind of look to every time you take go out on the floor?
And not really, man. I just try to play with a chip on my shoulder. Of course, I was under-recruited out of high school, didn't have any Division I scholarship, so, and then I didn't get drafted. So that right there is a huge.
Think about that all the time.
It's huge. I don't think about it all the time, but it's definitely huge. The way I play, I just try to play hard.
What kind of challenges will Orlando present to you guys tomorrow?
They're a good team, good young team. They got a lot of pieces, a lot of shooters. So we just got to come out and execute, put defense first, and I think we'll get the job done if we do that.
And how important was it to step onto a team with some vet guys like Wes Johnson, Solomon Hill, guys that have been around and kind of help you through the ropes?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's been big. Both of those guys helped me along the way, and man, it's been huge to get. Not even them guys, even Drew and AD and a lot of other guys. They've been giving me a lot of knowledge for stuff on and off the court. So it's been huge.
Thank you.
Thanks, Henrich.
Thank you.
Just in time.
So I guess with Kenrich, I guess what have your conversations been with him these past few weeks now that his minutes are going up and about what he's doing and what he needs to improve?
Basically just continue to, to do what you're doing. I think he's he's a really smart player. I mean, he's got a high basketball IQ, and I think that's helped the situation. And he's a real humble kid, and he's going to go out and compete and play hard every game. So that's really the message that we kind of sent to him, is that let's make sure that you're competing at a high level. And the only way he's going to get better, as I said to you guys, is that we got to have players out there actually playing minutes. That's when you get better.
Will you gradually increase Anthony's minutes?
I'm not. I mean, they're gonna increase, but they're not gonna be to the point where all of a sudden he's playing 38, 40 minutes a game. He'll be in the 30s, somewhere like that, but mid to low, but not gonna play him those long stretches and get to the 40-minute games.
Have you decided this week, is it just going to be both games this week, or is it kind of a game-by-game situation that you decide how much he'll play?
He'll play both games this week. There's not anything that has been definite for the rest of the season or anything, but he will play the 2 games this week.
Going back to Kenrich, for rookies, it takes them a while to kind of figure out the game and where they fit in. Has it surprised you at all that he's kind of figured out his niche already and kind of figured out his role so early?
Well, not really, because we've had him in practice, since the start, and we've had him in preseason games. We've had him in, just the pickup games, and you can see that it doesn't take long to see that a guy's got great feel for the game. So he's got a good feel for the game, and usually those are the guys that, when given an opportunity, can really take advantage of it, quicker than the average rookie can.
But where's he made his biggest improvement since the start of the year? Because you adamantly told us at the start of the year, Jaleel Okafor, guys weren't really ready to play at big minutes for you guys.
Yeah, and I think, Kendrick did the same thing. I think number one, I think there's adjustment to the speed of the game. And when you first get in and you're playing against all NBA guys, there's just such a speed of the game factor, as well as just the physicality of the game. So I think you have to adjust to that. In Jaleel's case, I just think it was just a matter of getting himself in great shape, which he did, and then continue to work, improve his skills from a player development standpoint, and then give him the opportunity. I talked to him early on and said at some stage, everyone gets an opportunity to show if they can play or show if they should be a rotational player, and you just got to make sure when those opportunities come up that you're ready to seize the moment, and that's what, Kendrick, we stuck him in, and he said, I'm going to show that I belong, and I want to be a rotational player, and he proved it.
What can a guy like Jason Smith bring to the team in the last?
Well, he's a little bit of a guy that's, he's a good shooter, and big guys that can shoot the ball and stretch the floor seem to become a premium in this league. So at some stage we'll try to give him an opportunity to show that he can do that.
Did you have any updates regarding Alfred and Jaleel's?
I think Alfred's going to he's going to do it again tomorrow doing shoot around, and so he's a maybe, I think.
I know you have another nationally televised game on Thursday, so the topic will again be Anthony and things like that. Is it an air of awkwardness around here, or is that just kind of things are falling back into normal in some way?
That's a good question, Fletch. I mean, another good question by you, see. But I think that everything is really kind of getting back to to normal, or as our new normal, I guess, if you want to put it that way. But I think we're in a position now where we're just going to try to play basketball, do the best we can, try to continue to develop some of our young players, and going to play Anthony. He wants to play, and so we'll play him, and we'll see what happens from there. But obviously it's a national TV game, and he'll be playing in it.
How concerned are you about him getting hurt, or is it?
I think right now in this situation where we are now, he's going to play, and so you just got to play and hope that that doesn't happen.
What are some of the difficulties that come at this point in the season, still trying to fight for wins while also trying to develop some of these younger guys that you have on your roster?
Well, I think that's the catch-22, you know, behind the whole thing is like, you know, we want to win games, but we also want to make sure that we're getting a good look at some of the younger guys and getting them minutes on the court. Because as I said, I don't see how you can get better in this league without being on the court and playing minutes and playing competitively against, you know, the guys that you're going to be facing.
I know that you spent 40 years in this league. When you write the book, you know, work for Donald Sterling, coach the Golden State Warriors. Is this like kind of a chapter in and of itself?
I think every stop you have is a chapter in it, you know. And I was just I was talking to a group not that long ago, a few minutes ago, and you know, one of the things that I think is that you know, about being here is that, you know, it's still the most amazing place I think you could ever be. You know, it's the best place to live. The culture is second to none. The food is definitely second to none. And so I truly enjoy it. And so as far as, you know, the book or whatever, the book is going to be, you know, 95% positive anyway, because it's a great league to work in, and this is a great city to live in. And I still say that, you know, in our situation here, you know, we'll be fine. You know, we got great leadership, and it always starts with leadership. And when you got great leadership, things seem to work out and be positive.
How much are you looking forward to rebuilding this team, if that's what you guys have to do after the summer? And how hard do you think that'll be?
You know, that's a tough question to answer, because, you know, it's a situation where, you know, I could answer that better, you know, maybe 6 months from now, I don't know. But, you know, we're going to be fine, I can tell you that, regardless of what the situation is, you know, what ends up playing out. When you have, I really mean this, that it starts with leadership. And when you have the type of leadership, you know, starting with Ms. B, obviously, but with Mickey and, you know, and Dell and everybody else, and the people that are involved in this. And when you have, you know, we have some loyal fans, and I think we'll eventually get back to the point where we'll be fine, you know.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach. Thank you.